Hey friends, thanks so much for all the great feedback on a brief history of the exit sign. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. Thanks for sticking around and thanks for all the great comments. Now let's take a look at what some of you have said. Willem, as well as many other of you, pointed out that the US doesn't actually have the metric system either, even though, as Shadow points out, technically units in the US have been defined via the metric system for more than a century. It's just rarely used. And don't even get me started about how crazy I think it is that you guys still haven't gotten rid of the penny. Xplayer007 says, in the US, building codes are regulated on the state level. The US is a geographically diverse country, and parts of the code that apply in certain states wouldn't make sense in others. Now, it is true that building codes are legislated on the state level. However, all 50 states actually have adopted the International Building Code, a model code developed by the International Code Council. Canada actually works essentially the same way. The National Research Council of Canada develops the National Building Code. This was where they introduced the ISO sign in 2010. Each province and territory can then choose whether or not they want to adopt it. And they may choose not to. Again, due to the reasons Xplayer pointed out, when a country is so geographically diverse, not all codes make sense in every region. It just so happens this ISO sign did make sense in all the provinces and territories. Adopting the ISO sign in the US may not be as hard as it seems. As Oliver points out, if we can convince the ICC to adopt it, or if we can convince a large enough state, say California, to adopt it, that could be enough of a changing tide to get the rest of America to follow suit. Garrett says, it's interesting that you say the US is really monolingual. Culturally, you're right, but legally, we have no official language. I actually did not know that, and as Random Creek also commented, the US is in a way much less monolingual than most European countries. Actually, yeah, come to think of it, in the US, 80% of people's main language is English, while in a country like Germany, 95% of people's first language is German, and 95% of people in Czech Republic speak Czech. By the way, hello to my new Czech friends. But anyway, the difference is that a lot of German and Czech people speak more than one language. However, that is not true in the UK, with 95% of people there only speaking English. And the UK adopted the ISO sign decades ago. Many of you also commented that you have seen a lot of green exit signs. For instance, Nick noticed in new buildings in the US, they still use the old-fashioned exit sign, but in green. And Ethan found this map, which indicates that some states require the exit signs to be red, some require it to be green, while other states merely recommends one or the other, but most allow both. Antilles 1974 asks, what are the thoughts regarding people with color vision problems in regards to the green color? Actually, research seems to suggest that green is the most suitable color in most circumstances, especially for people with color blindness. Link to the study in the description. Chris says, exit signs should also indicate in some way if the exit is suitable for wheelchairs. Yes, in fact, there is actually a movement called the Accessible Exit Sign Project, which advocates that there should be exit signs indicating which exit route is wheelchair accessible. Andrew and Michael expressed their appreciation for the closed captioning. Thanks, guys. I'm actually still trying to find time to finish captioning some of my older videos. So for those of you who have a few spare minutes here or there, I'd love it if you could help me caption some of my older videos that don't yet have captions. And if you speak another language, I'd also really appreciate it if you could help me translate some. Every little bit helps to make these videos as accessible as possible. Jack Mead says, we don't have these exit signs here in the US because once you're here, there is no escape. Well, that's gonna be a bit of a problem for me as I will actually be going to the US in a few days. If any of you are going to VidCon, let me know. I'd really love to meet you guys. I will also be speaking on a panel called EduTube Beyond the Sciences, Friday, June 22nd at 10 a.m. with these cool people. I think it'll be fun and I really hope you guys can make it. And if you have a video suggestion for anything art, design, or architecture related, feel free to leave it in the comments below, or you can tweet at me at ARTiculations V. Okay, gotta go. Bye.